It's not just on night shift that I eat late. It's Saturday night. I've been a bit bored because all I've had to do is housework and I've been avoiding that all day. So I've decided that dinner is going to be spaghetti carbonara. I actually realised that I didn't have a recipe for it. It shouldn't actually have a recipe, but I just wanted to make sure that I had it right, and it's a good thing I looked it up because it's actually egg yolks, not whole eggs. So the idea behind a traditional carbonara, as opposed to what you generally get in restaurants, is usually bacon. I'm using ham because after all we have the Christmas ham of doom to deal with. Grated Parmesan cheese, there's some cream under there, and grated black pepper, and I love black pepper. I'm cheating on breaking the eggs. This is my egg breaking device. As you can see, I've had a little bit of egg yolk slippage, but that is alright because we're beating these up anyway. Alright, so I just need to smack the next one and drain it and separate it. I think it's always amusing to watch me try and break eggs. I'm really crap at it. Alright, now the camera's sort of straight. So we have our yummy free-range eggs. I look like I'm sponsored by Safeway. I actually went to Coles today. I was on a search for dubious cola, but unfortunately Coles did not have dubious cola, so my trip to Southland was in vain. As you can see, I'm starting to lose the yolk on this one as well, so I'll just carefully get some of the white out of it. Now, what does one do with leftover egg whites, I hear you ask? Well, this is why one has cake eating monster number 1 and Jane. Cake eating monster number 2. We put down the egg yolk. Yum, yum, yum. Teo, your bowl? Come on. It's your bowl. There you go. Teo eats his. Jane comes and wonders what we're looking at. Come on. Yours is over here. There you go. Eat the yummy, yummy protein. Serving it with some fresh gnocchi. Now, I can make my own gnocchi, but it usually requires me to be really, really pissed. So, I'm not going to do that today, although I have realised my glass is empty. Excuse me while I find my glass. Aha! Tonight's cooking is facilitated by Brown Brothers, Dolcetto and Syrah. This is another red wine chilled, and it tastes like cherries, and yes, that is a huge glass because I'm trying to finish the bottle before the wine goes off. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. This wine tastes like cherries. This is not necessarily a good thing because it kicks like a Shiraz. Don't drink too much of it. You'll wake up the next morning going, oh, red wine. Ah, cherries. Anyway, water should be boiling. Oh, on cue, water is boiling. We'll try and keep the camera and me out of the way. Hold it really down low, close to the water. When it floats to the surface, it's done. So this is where you need a trusty slotted spoon. As you can see, nothing is rising to the surface yet, so I'm going to give it another stir, being very careful not to scrape my beautiful scan pan pot with my nasty, horrible metal stainless steel spoon. I'm going to turn this down because I can't tell whether they're floating or just rolling. It's quiet. Still can't tell. Oh, what I should have done is mix the egg in with the other ingredients. So let's just do that. In the meantime, things are floating to the surface and getting overcooked, so what not to do. Don't forget to mix this in before you might mix it. The heat of the pasta cooks the sauce. And there's way too much sauce, but there's also way too much pasta. Alright. So that's all a lovely, delicious agglomeration. And now we have floaties. Just hold them there to drain them for a bit. Oops, that was me scraping. Scraping is a bad noise. Yeah, homemade gnocchi's great, but it takes a little longer to cook because you have to actually prepare it. You have to cook the potatoes, mix it with the flour, if you're using flour and egg, and then mix it in. It's much easier to just buy it if you're not prepared for a nice big night of homemade gnocchi. I must say though, it's totally worth the effort. It tastes fantastic. It's really good stuff. Start stirring this through so that it doesn't all turn into a mass in the bottom. I think this is a trick I learned from Jamie Oliver, that you just leave a little bit of the pan sauce, the cooking water in there, and that causes the sauce to loosen a little bit, because otherwise it would be very stiff sauce. It's melted cheese and egg that would get harder because it was cooked. You can buy squares of parmesan in the supermarket, and frankly, if you're going to have pasta, you might as well have parmesan. And even as cheap parmesan goes, as long as you're not buying stuff in the green foil covered container, we're right. You don't really want the green foil container stuff. I don't know what they make it out of, but it's foul.